Guys, it's Steak here and welcome to another video. As you guys can probably see from the title, I finally passed my CBT. So CBT is basically the thing you need to do before you even start riding a moped or you start riding a scooter. It's basically the thing you need to do before you start riding a 50cc, or if you're 17 you can go up to a 125cc bike. This is basically a motorbike if you haven't worked out already. And as you can probably see from the title, I did pass my CBT. So I'm sorry about all the little mumbling bits and all the bit about me making mistakes in this video. I'm actually really tired. I came back about an hour ago and I wanted to update you guys, obviously, because this has been a thing that I've been looking forward to. I did mention it in my video last week, the channel update video, saying the reasons why I'm not actually been uploading much. This is one of the reasons, because I've been practicing and revising all these sort of road things to do with motorbikes, and obviously I finally passed the day. But like I said, this is compulsory basic training, so it's compulsory, and obviously it's training. A lot of people say you cannot actually fail this, but again, I'm not 100% sure. To be honest, I don't think I did that well in this sort of training. However, I did actually pass. I don't know whether you can pass, or obviously you can pass, but I don't know whether you can fail, because I've seen a few videos and a few people on the internet saying they failed. So obviously you must be a real danger to the road in order to actually fail this. Like I told you, it stands for compulsory basic training. The first thing we actually did is we went into like a little hut thing. It's like they've got an office inside a container, and from there all we did is basically we ran through exactly what we were obviously going to be doing. They spoke a little bit about the basics, so obviously they were telling you how to actually start the bike, how to brake, obviously, because obviously there's people like me. I was actually the only person there that hadn't actually ridden a bike before, which is a little bit intimidating for me, but obviously I got to learn it, and however I did pass, like I said. But obviously they ran through the instruction how to actually do all the bike things, all the braking, how to U-turn, all that kind of thing in the first bit. We then went out onto the bike and obviously put that into practice. So obviously we got the bikes off the stand, we did the braking, we did a couple of obviously going forward slightly, basically just the basics of biking. From there, we went back into the little container bit where they had their office, sat around the table. There was actually 4 of us doing it, 2 of me and somebody else who was actually like 40 years old. He was doing obviously the same course as me, the CBT, but he was doing it for like the 3rd time, because you can actually keep renewing them. And basically he was doing that. We were the only 2 that were riding on 50cc bikes, but the other 2 people were riding on geared 125 bikes, which are obviously a slightly different bike, slightly bigger bike. However, obviously me just starting out biking, I didn't want to go straight into geared bikes as it does get quite confusing. But obviously from there we went back into a little hut room thing, and we went through obviously road signs, basically everything that's in the highway code. If you ever started driving, you'll need to know the highway code. It's basically a huge book that tells you all of the rules of the road, who gives way, who basically all of the rules are on the road. So obviously we did that. We then went out onto back into the sort of car park, because it was like a car park and they had like a makeshift sort of road, or like an area of road, and basically this gives you the ability to obviously practice what you have just learned from obviously them teaching you in the little hut thing. And obviously you learn about giving way, signalling, turning right. Obviously I did make a slight mistake, I admit, while doing that. I actually went onto the wrong lane, which the guy wasn't a little bit happy to me about, but obviously because it was my first time, he did understand that it was just one of those silly mistakes that sometimes people do make when they first start out. From there, we did actually have a couple of breaks. We had a 20-minute break for lunch, and we had a 10-minute breaks. From there we went back into the little hut thing, and we basically ran through just pretty much everything that we're going to need to know on the road. So obviously making sure that we do know exactly what's going to be happening when we're out on the road, because obviously when you're out on the road you're on your own. You obviously little radio things that go in your ear. Sometimes they give you helmets that have radios in them, but we had a little dangerous, but however obviously being taught by an instructor at the same time, he told me to be calm and obviously follow him. So obviously we did go into I followed him the first time, and then I went in front, so obviously it gave me a chance to figure out what I'm going to be doing when I actually get my own bike and I'll be on my own. So obviously it's a very beneficial thing, I think, before you even start riding a scooter or a moped, to obviously make sure that you obviously know the rules of the road and know exactly what you're doing. I do hope you guys enjoyed this quick little update video. If you did, then please do not forget to give the video a like, and I'll see you guys in my next video.